Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who watch my videos or have subscribed, hello and thank you for your support and sticking with me. It has been a while, It's been a while. So today we're going to look at some tools, bit of a tool haul going on here. And this is very much tool haul motorcycle edition. So all of these tools I've bought to undertake certain jobs on a motorcycle. So let's get into it without further ado. So the first one we've got here, this is the Sealey VS1813 Flywheel Pulley Holder. Snazzy name, huh? It's a pretty funky tool, to be fair, and it was also a lifesaver because on a previous Yamaha I had, when I dropped the oil, there was a little chink in the pan, and one of these bad boys dropped out the bottom, which I had no idea what it was at the time. It is apparently well, not apparently, it is a woodruff key, and that is a little doohickey that locks effectively the flywheel to the spindle that it sits on. Unfortunately, the pain and suffering I went through to take that flywheel off, because obviously what you don't want is the flywheel detaching from the spindle at high speed. When I dismantled everything, found that whoever had dropped it in the little hole into the oil chamber had also replaced it at the same time. So there you go, we live and learn, but that was a week of pain I could have done without. But what I would say is, if you do need to get flywheels off and they're on a spindle that you can't lock, and for anyone who's had to remove a flywheel without a tool like this, you'll know the pain and suffering that can cause. This was really good. It only cost me £16, which I thought was quite good value. You can reduce down the size of the strap. The flywheel goes in here, and then you lock this part up too, so you sort of flywheels there, and then you'd lock that part up against the flywheel as tight as you can, and then wrench away, and that did the job successfully. Not used it again. I think this is one of these sort of specialty tools that when you need it, and when you don't, it just sort of lives in a drawer, hoping to realise its destiny again one day, but you always hope you never have to use it again. But it was good. I would definitely recommend that. It'll do flywheels. I think it's something like 30, or quite small, 3 centimeters up to about 160, something like that. It will take quite a reasonable flywheel, but I would definitely recommend that. And that's quite reasonably priced for Sealey tools, because some of their tools can be quite expensive. So the next one that we've got here, these are extractors for hex bolts. So these kind of bad boys. You get one of those stuck, or it won't come out for whatever reason. Normally someone's tightened this thing up FT, and it says 5 Newton meters or whatever in the manual, but no, someone will tighten that up F to T, and then what happens is, if you lean on that too much, it will start slipping. So what these do is they've got a slight twist on the hex, and they're sort of chamfered off a bit. So as you turn it in, it pushes in and bites in harder. They did a very good job. Now, anyone in the UK who buys tools and also is aware of good old Half rods will know how expensive laser tools can be for that. So this set was £30, which for what you get might be a little bit expensive. To be honest, at the time when I needed to extract a couple of hex bolts like these, I'd have paid 3 times that just to make it happen. Come on a little rail, they're 3/8, yeah, 3/8 drive. Again, I would recommend those. They saved me a lot of pain in pulling out those motorcycle hex fixings that you get for fairings and things like that. There was, however, one occasion where that didn't work because someone had put one of these in and then it had been tightened to such a point whereby there was just nothing left in there, so I needed to extract one. So the first set I bought were these. This was just a cheapo off Amazon set of damaged screw removers, or extractor set. You see these for quite cheap all over the place, really. The one thing I would say about these is they come on a square end, so if you haven't got a tap and die set at home, you're going to need something like that to clamp it into to then be able to use this thing. Let's just put that in there so I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, so that'll go in there like that, and then you can sort of apply pressure with that and start screwing it in. Personally, I didn't find these particularly good. I think the threads on them and the metal that they're used for is quite weak. I did have a set similar to this before where one of the smaller ones snapped. Now that may well be excuse me, it may well be I'm hanging off it too much to try and ask more of it than it's actually designed, but it was £5. It didn't do the job that I needed it to do, but getting screws and things out of perhaps wood and stuff, if someone's rounded off the head of the screw, it might work out. So after that didn't work, I bought this kit. This again was from Amazon, SK Moon, so quite likely a Chinese brand. Comes in a little case, and what you get with this is you get the drill, the appropriate sort of drill section one side, and the extractor part that you then insert in on the other. Again, I didn't have any success with these either. I found that with the heads there just wasn't enough spline or whatever you want to call that to be able to bite in. It was just, I found they were just too shallow. Now maybe that's me not using them correctly, but they bit into the internal part of those hex fixings fine, but as you turned, that you didn't really need to put any pressure on them and they would just sort of tear themselves out, and I think that's because there's not enough teeth or splines, if you like, on that. They might come in handy one day. These were £8 for the set, but didn't do what I needed to do. In the end I had to pay a garage to, because I just needed to get the job done, so I got a garage to do that. And take that thing out there. So what we got here, so on those of you again who own motorcycles will have fought with those springs that hold on exhaust cans. So it's simply just to get your the spring that holds the exhaust can spring and pull it onto the down pipe, or the exhaust section. That was only a few pounds. I think I got it off eBay, but that was very good. That was very useful. Next up, your good old US Pro. I've got little US Pro tools. I find that they do the job well. They don't cost the earth. They're pretty reasonable, to be honest. I'm certainly not going to be spending sort of Snap-on money and that kind of stuff. Although it is interesting to see some comments about Snap-on from people that buy it, that it's not the quality that it used to be years ago. My brother trained as an engineer, and you know, when we were younger, you know, he came out of college and went into an apprenticeship as an engineer, and I remember him extolling the virtues of this Snap-on screwdriver that he just sold a kid and he thought would be able to buy. And I'm sure back then the quality was probably very good, but they don't seem to be as good now, certainly not for the money. So these I bought to be able to have a longer... did I buy these? I think these might have been a gift, actually, from my eldest lad. Yeah, I think they were. These are to be able to access some of those deeper hex fixings that you get on a motorcycle. 3/8 drive, come in a nice case, which I've kept them in the case, although in sometimes in tool chests or cabinets, storage is a bit of a premium, so you might just sort of pull them out and put them on a rail like these sort of live on. You seem to be able to pick up these, these rails. I've got loads, sort of quite a few of these at different lengths hanging around all over the place, although I know you can buy them individually, so if you didn't want this sort of stuff in the box and you wanted to put it on a rail, you could do. But I do like US Pro stuff. It's, as I say, it's very reasonably priced. I think these, I'm not sure how much these would have been. I'll look it up. I'll put a link to it in the description if anybody wants to have a look to purchase some of those. But yeah, you get 3 to 10 mil, 3/8 drive. There's chrome vanadium. Yeah, I've got a lot of US Pro stuff. I think they're quite good. They did rebrand from, it used to be Bergen back in the day, I think it was, and then they rebranded to US Pro. Although US Pro, I think it's a European manufacturer. So, last item today, motorcycle chain breaker. Not used this yet. Bought it for a previous motorcycle that had a smaller chain. I don't think, personally, now anyone who's used it, one of these, let me know, how did you get on with it? Reviews for this are mixed. I'll be honest, I bought it without checking out some of the reviews. Reviews are mixed. Doesn't seem to be man enough to be able to split the chain. What I would say though is I do want to pick up, if this doesn't work, I do want to pick up a heavy duty chain breaker that will last. So if anyone can recommend a good motorcycle chain breaker that's reasonable, I'm not a garage, I'm not going to spend crazy money on this stuff. If it's, if I can do it at home, great, but if it's going to work out more cost efficient just to get a garage to do it during something else I might have them do, then it'd be more worthwhile doing that. But I do want to do the maintenance myself, really, because then you know where you are. So yeah, it's a full comprehensive kit. I can't really comment too much about it, as I say, because I haven't used it yet. I don't know, when you look at the size, the chains that I've got on my Honda, I just don't think that's going to cut it. It might be alright for something like a 125 or a smaller chain, but we'll see. Yeah, you've got little anvils there to split the chain or then put the links in, and yeah, anyway. You're waffling, Mark. So that's it. Just a nice little video, sort of get back into the world of YouTube, if you like. Appreciate it has been a while. So for those who have reached the end, congratulations and thank you very much. There will be MR2, yes, I do still have the MR2. There will be MR2 content coming. Let me know what you might want to see in terms of future videos. Leave me a comment. If you've got any top recommendations for tools that the average motorcyclist should have in their arsenal if they do their own work, then certainly leave a comment below for those of us who might want to consider buying more tools, because you can never have enough tools. So on that note, and those wise words, I shall end this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.